Welcome to Why Not Show Love, episode 11. Save the drama for your traumas. My name is Why, Artivist, educator, and founder of Creative Expressions. This episode, like all the episodes, is an experience. And this experience is going to be dealing with the subject of traumas. Now, everybody has some form of trauma. Some people have it heavier. Some people have it lighter. Really depending on societal situations or your upbringing or just experiences you've went through in life. But we all face those challenges. And I've heard a great quote that says, we are not responsible for the traumas that happen to us, but we are responsible to heal from those traumas and become holistic beings as best as we can. So no matter what someone else did to us or what our situations were, that is our personal journey. So in my life, I grew up in New York City in the 80s. My family was on food stamps, welfare, very common thing. And my family was from the West Indies. Shout out to Guyana. And before I was born, there was several generations of traumas from colonization, slavery, all types of stuff that were just in the backstory of my family history. My father was diagnosed with schizophrenia. My brother ended up going through the same thing, as well as bipolar disorder and drug addiction. And I faced my own challenges with that. So I remember just when you're a kid, right? Whatever your life is, it is what it is. So we don't really think of it much. But when you're in those developmental stages of life, a lot of things are happening. Even when I was born, my mom was in a hospital without the best health care, and I was born through a C-section. So just imagine that, right? Being taken out of your mother's womb by weapons while they're doped up on some crazy medicine. And this is how our medical system works. And particularly to women living in low-income neighborhoods, these C-sections are usually recommended. Whereas if you lived in a better neighborhood and had better health care, you would have had an easier, more relaxed situation in birth. And finance plays a big part in this. But I don't blame my parents. It's the situation. It was the deck I was dealt. And by the time I was like 5 years old, I remember just getting up with my friends and putting in $1 to grab all the 5-cent and 10-cent candies we could and just zoning out and going into like sugar comas or acting out and play fighting. And, you know, in schools they would say, oh, we were ADD'd out or whatnot. And if you look at it, it's a coping mechanism of us trying to heal. And then later on, when I went into teenage life, you know, I got into smoking weed a lot every day into my 20s. And I didn't realize it, but now I could see that there's a self-medicating process, right? We look for a way to try to feel comfortable, to feel better, to heal. But sometimes the things that we do to heal from the traumas are not healing them at all. They're just escapism. So you're still dealing with that elephant in the room. You're still dealing with those monsters and those demons inside of you. And until we really take the time to address those things and face them head on, it's the only real way we could heal. So now I'm at this point where I remove things. I strive different things. Sometimes I fail, but I get up and I try again. I've tried things like meditation, sobriety, exercise, urban gardening now. And these are ways for me to address the reality and be aware of the situation I have and take some form of action. And this is something I think a lot of us, especially communities of color and people of color, need to face. Because until we take care of ourselves and heal, how are we going to be able to build a better foundation for our futures, right? So it's almost like they say on an airplane, you got to put your mask on before you help anybody else's. So how do we heal? How can we collectively heal? There are forms of therapy, there's forms of exercise, but everybody's healing process, like our traumas, look different for each of us. So I want to ask you, how are you healing? What are situations that trigger you that are harder to deal with, that we might avoid through escapism? And how could we collectively address them and individually address them to move toward healing to the point that we can then help others and help reformat not only ourselves but society as a whole? But it does start with us. I do believe that. So hit me up in the comments. Let me know maybe some things you're facing. Let's build on it and what you've been doing to heal. And if you're not ready to heal yet, it's okay. Don't be so hard on yourself. But just save that drama for your traumas and find some action or way. And remember, repetition is the mother of all learning.